Hey yo, what's up everybody, it's Zen JJ. Today I come back a video basically talking about Flynt Finance, and of course on this content itself I'm gonna basically tell you how can you basically make some passive income in the cryptocurrency space without doing much work. And of course what you need to do is just trust the company, and of course if let's say you can't afford to lose that amount of money that you're gonna put into a company or entity, please do not put that amount that you can't afford to lose. So I would say if let's say you really can't afford to lose anything and you're storing it on exchange, that is a super red flag risk. So I would say if let's say you want to basically preserve your cryptocurrency for a long term, feel free to use the link down below to buy a Ledger hardware wallet. And of course on this video itself, I'm gonna basically throw affiliate links here and there to basically support the channel. And of course if let's say you want to support my Patreon itself, my Patreon is over here. You can just click on it, and after that from there it's all linked down below. Just support my Patreon if you are interested in that. So before we jump into the content itself, if you have not subscribed to the channel, kindly hit the subscribe button, turn on post notification, and leave a thumbs up to this video. And without further ado, we are gonna basically jump into this content talking about what is Flynt Finance. So over here, for those who are new to the channel itself, Flynt Finance itself is a platform where they basically pool funds together. You can think of them like a crypto hedge fund trading firm that basically pool people's funds together, and of course from there they trade for you, and of course from there they will make a bunch of profit, and after that they will take some management fee, which is 20%. I would say it's quite reasonable for the high APY that they are offering. So for Bitcoin itself, they're offering around up to 67% APY, and of course for Ethereum itself is 13.95, and of course they are coming up with their USDC strategy that is upcoming soon. It's coming soon over here. And of course, if let's say you want to use the link down below to support the channel, feel free to do it. And of course, I would say as of today, they are still having this promotion itself. If let's say you deposit like 0.1 Bitcoin, you will receive 0.001 Bitcoin for free. And after that, from there on top of that, if let's say you have if you're interested in investing itself, there's a 0.1 up to 0.1 BTC protection loss itself. So over here, what does this mean? It's simple. If let's say you sign up today and you start subscribing to their strategy itself, it will expire on the 31st of December. So end of this year itself, they are protecting your capital, basically your principal amount. So over here, they are protecting up to 0.1, and of course for a total of 2 Bitcoin. And of course over here, what does it mean itself? They are covering all of the losses that may occur from their covered cost strategy. And of course this over here is unlikely to happen. I mean, like, there's chances of that happening, but of course from their track record itself, they are not really doing any I will just show you, they are not really doing any negative as of now. So over here you can see they are all green all the way since their launch itself. It is all green. And of course from there, if let's say you look at their historical chart itself, there is a drawdown of like 55%. And after that, from there, I would say drawdown itself is definitely happening on this platform itself, without saying that. And of course I would say they are trading and they are doing option trading, therefore this is a risky platform to basically invest your money with. But of course, as of today, we can see it's all green. So if let's say you want to basically risk a little bit of your money to generate additional money itself, feel free to try Flynt Finance. And of course, from there, I would say, as of today, you can sign up to the account totally without any KYC, any implementation. But this KYC itself will be implemented, and why? So we're here talking about KYC itself, and they will implement this KYC soon. And of course, from there, I'm going to show it to you on their Discord. So over here on their Discord itself, they announced basically user verification will commence on basically 2nd of January 2023. So next year itself, which is coming soon within like a month or so. So if let's say you're interested in joining them itself, I would say you have to prepare for a KYC being implemented on their business, because I would say first of all, this policy itself is being implemented in order to comply with regulatory requirements and ensure security and integrity of their platform, basically their business. And of course from there, they apologize for the inconvenience that may have caused. And of course they believe that these kind of measurements are basically necessary to protect the interests of their client and maintain the high standards that they have set for themselves. So KYC itself, if you do not know what is it, KYC itself is know your customer. And of course by knowing you itself, they are basically protecting their money itself, and they know where their money is coming from. Basically this anti-money laundering law itself that is on all of the finances platform, you will basically need to do a KYC if let's say it's regarding about money or stuff like this. So KYC itself is definitely one of the ways to see that the platform is reputable, and of course they are basically not here to fool around. And I would say that, why is that so? Because when the KYC itself is implemented, they are basically protecting their reputation as well, because they know that this if let's say you are somebody like a terrorist, and after that from there you know about this platform that do not need KYC, you can basically launder your money through their platform. And after that from there, the platform itself, if let's say some investigation that is ongoing, basically you will be affected by people, by the news media calling out that this platform is for people that do their money laundering and stuff like this, because there's no KYC and stuff like this. So this is one of the way one of the reason why Flynt Finance is doing this KYC itself, and I would say definitely is best for everybody, because yeah, by knowing the customer itself and knowing where the money comes from, they can basically detect any fraudulent excuses, I mean activities that is ongoing on that specific user itself. So over here, how does this KYC is gonna work? So the list of country that is gonna be locked by Hank itself. I asked Hank about this KYC ongoing. Will the US be affected? I'm gonna explain it later on. So over here, these are the list of country that they are intending to basically block itself because of the FATF criteria. So over here, if you click on the link itself, these are over here the strategy deficit over here. These are all a country that is somehow high risk. And of course, from there, Hank itself has already drafted out a picture for me. So over here, these are the listed country/territory that is unable to register. So if let's say you're residing over here, I'm sorry, you can't. I mean, as of now, you can still use the platform, but when the implementation is commenced, basically on 2nd of January itself, you are not able to verify your account. Therefore, you are not able to use their services. So over here, I would say by then itself, if let's say you want to withdraw your funds, feel free to do it. And of course, I would say if let's say you can't withdraw your funds because of this KYC implementation, feel free to contact the support, and I believe they'll return you your money. And of course, from there, I'm going to say that this KYC itself is going to be implemented soon. So lastly, I'm going to basically talk about my personal portfolio with Flynt Finance, which I believe most of you guys will be interested about. So here on Flynt Finance itself, I basically done another subscription, another deposit, and everything is going to be accumulated all again. And over you can see this is the Bitcoin strategy, and for Ethereum itself, I already did some subscription, 5 Ethereum. So if let's say we look at my wallet itself, as of today's price of Bitcoin and Ethereum, which is soaring. I mean, not really soaring, but of course increase. It has been increasing. So we get the US dollar value as of today is basically $8,113.42 USD. And of course, the amount of Bitcoin that I have on the platform is 0.101. And after that, over here for Ethereum itself is around 5 Ethereum, equivalent to around $6,000 over dollars. And after that, I have a risk protection of 0.1 Bitcoin, which they are basically assuring until the end of this December itself. This 0.1 Bitcoin itself, if let's say the next cycle itself is gonna be a loss or whatsoever, I am not going to lose this 0.1 Bitcoin itself, because there is a risk, the loss protection that they are having. Basically, it's a promotion. So while stock lasts, basically they're protecting up to 2 Bitcoin only, and after that, each account can only be protected up to 0.1 Bitcoin. So regardless, if let's say you're going to put in 1 Bitcoin itself, just know that your 1 Bitcoin, 0.1 Bitcoin will be assured/protected until the end of this year. And of course, from there, every account itself, basically, if let's say there's new 20 people that's going to sign up, and each of you guys put in 0.1 Bitcoin itself, and depending on what is the current size pool that is being protected, as maybe let's say the pool itself is filled with 0.5 Bitcoin, so there's around like 15 users to basically have this protection ongoing. So it's somehow like you have to know that one account maximum is 0.1 Bitcoin, and after that, some people might not put 0.1 Bitcoin, instead they're gonna put lesser than that. So the amount grows and grows, and eventually the more people can get protected for your funds itself. Just know that how this loss protection work is simple. And over here you can see that as of USDC itself, they have not implemented it. And of course, to be honest, I do not have much USDC, so I'm not going to put my funds in over here. So over here, I'm basically risking 5 Ethereum on the platform to test it out, and after that, from there, hopefully generate additional Ethereum over here. For Bitcoin as well, 0.1 Bitcoin, because there's a loss protection. Why not just utilize it, right? And after that, over here, I would say if you want to use the link down below, feel free to use it on my using the link itself to support the channel. And of course, lastly, I'm going to basically talk about my thoughts about this KYC implementation and the risks that you must know before you invest into Flynt Finance. Right, so the thoughts about this KYC being implemented itself, I would say, yeah, it's a good thing that KYC is being implemented in this kind of like hedge fund/trading platform. I mean, this over here will give a boost of confidence for legit users like me itself, and I would say that this KYC itself might be troublesome or whatsoever, but of course, in the business point of view, I would say it's a very safer way for them to protect themselves and of course protect their clients' interest. slash the reputation of their company as a whole. And of course, from there, I believe that I forget to mention something. Basically, what they are doing is that for the US citizens itself, there is extra regulation slash licenses to be applied for to be able to use the platform. So from my understanding itself, Hank told me that he is going as of now they're gonna block out the countries that I've shown previously, the list of pictures, and after that, if you want, you can just scroll back and find out what is it. And of course, yeah, for the US citizens itself, what they are doing is basically trying to get this license from the FinCEN, and after that, from there, this is basically the US SEC regulatory department for this type of financial products ongoing in the market itself. So they're gonna try to get this type of license to basically allow US citizens to take part in their project itself. And after that, from there, I would say it's quite a big thing. And after that, from there, if let's say they get the license itself, this whole project itself will be extra confidence boost slash due diligence increasing in whatever value that you want to call it, how many points or whatsoever. And of course, I would say the lastly the risk that you need to know about this platform itself that I will always mention. If let's say you have like 10 bitcoins that's lying in your wallet and you're willing to risk only 0.1 bitcoin, listen very carefully. If you're only willing to lose 0.1 bitcoin, regardless of what kind of investment you're doing, just make sure that you only have this 0.1 bitcoin spreaded evenly throughout all the platform that you know of. And after that, from there, for Flynt Finance, if let's say only know this, just only put in the amount that you can afford to lose, and of course nothing more than that. And please do not go and take a loan or basically mortgage your house, or like collateralize your house to basically get funds to buy Bitcoin and then you invest into Flynt Finance. And of course, if let's say Flynt Finance within the next 6 months or even a year itself, touch wood or whatsoever, that is gonna happen due to or unforeseen circumstances itself, it might just collapse, it might rug pull, it might basically whatever is gonna happen. It can happen in the crypto space because it is the wild west. And of course, if let's say you do not trust the company enough, feel free to do your own due diligence. And of course, if let's say you, after doing your own due diligence and after that everything that you have sort of, it does not seem logical to basically invest into them, please do not invest into them. And after that, just take this video as a pinch of salt. And of course, I would say if let's say you really can't afford lose any money itself, definitely please invest in this itself, buying a Legend Nano X, Nano S Plus, or maybe a Ledger Stack itself, a hardware crypto wallet to store all of your funds in a cold storage wallet instead of holding it on like MetaMask, Exodus, or maybe the Trust wallet or this software wallet itself. Yes, it is very simple to use, and after that, from there, it is the interface is great and everything, but I would say, to be honest, it's bullshit because your private keys itself is still lying on the internet, and anyone that basically your computer may just get affected by a malware or some viruses. You click on your email, you just click on it and you do not know the malware has been downloaded onto your PC or your mobile itself. Your private keys may just get stolen, and of course from there you are basically you're risking all of your investment money on basically, if let's say you can afford to invest like few $1,000s in crypto, why not spend a few $100s into a hardware wallet, and after that, from there, preserve your funds. So I've come to the end of the video. If you have not subscribed to the video, kindly subscribe to the channel, and of course leave a like to this video, and of course check out my Patreon, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Bye bye.